Hello, this is composer Adam Hesselbom, and today I'm starting a new little series called Tools of the Trade, where I'm going to show you some of the tools that I use to make music. And we're going to dive straight into it. I'm going to play you a little demo, and then I'm going to talk about two nice plugins. So, today I want to show you two percussion plugins. They are both from a Swedish company called Klevgränd. And Klevgränd makes these kinds of boutique-style instruments and effects. And yeah, disclaimer, I don't work with Klevgränd. And I bought these plugins with my own money because I like them. So, what are they? Well, Skaka is a shaker plugin. And Borsta is a brushed percussion plugin. Skaka retails for $70 and Borsta retails for $60. And you can also get them bundled together with two other percussion instruments at a reduced price. And Klevgränd also usually does some sales, typically Black Friday and some more. So you could also get them even cheaper. I'm going to walk you through a little bit how these plugins work, how they look like, and also why I like them. So first up is Skaka, the shaker plugin. And the way Skaka works is, as you can see here, we have 12 slots, and they are mapped to keys on the keyboard, so C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and so on. And all of them has assigned an instrument and a rhythm and some basic mix controls like gain and panning. So the way this works is that you can map one instrument per key. And of course you can map the same instruments over several keys with different rhythms. Or you can set up a couple of instruments that work nice together, and then you can trigger them together or independently, the way you like it. So for example here, this is like the default screen, just to show you that the first one is a shaker. But if we press C and D at the same time, we can also add this seeds rhythm. If you want to change the rhythm, you just click this graphic representation of the rhythm, and here you can see velocity. This is how hard the shake is going to be, and it's just easy to add or remove or change velocity. There's also some lanes for duration, pitch, and gain. So if you want to change the pitch, for example, do it like that. Here you can also see a couple of controls for the overall pitch. Duration configuration. You can also change the relationship with the host if you want it in double time or half time or normal. There's the shuffle control and also a humanizer, and you can also assign what the humanizer is going to do. So it's sort of a little macro, and basically what it does is it makes the rhythm more human and less machine-like. Yeah, that's the human factor for you. There's a filter and panning controls. You can also change the length of the sequence here. And there's some reverb, both a reverb like algorithm and a room reverb that you can change, and a shelf. Which can be useful to give it a boost in the high register or do some filtering. The instruments you can choose from, you can see here. There are some typical shakers like egg shaker. You can also find some more obscure like the UFO. Alien-like. The OK ball. OK ball. There are also tambourines. Actually a couple of tambourines, and that's how Skaka works. Borsta is a plugin for brushed percussion, and it looks like this. And this has a couple of panels. So the first one here is the envelope. Down here you can see the strokes. So here are 2 brush strokes, and there are also one-shots, 2 kinds of one-shots, and they can be both closed and opened. And up here you can see how it's mapped. So you can program an event, which an event consists of both like brush strokes and one-shots and the envelope. But you can also insert one-shots. So this is like the full programmed event, but there are also one-shots. So you can insert them. The instruments you can choose from are these, some fray drums, some snares, of course, 3 snare drums, also some more unusual ones like a pizza box. This envelope will control the volume of primarily the strokes. So you can see here, if I change the envelope, you can hear the change in volume. And if you change the outgoing point, the incoming point is also changing. This comes with a wide set of like menus with rhythms that sound particularly good on every instrument. And when you change the key here, you see it changes over here so that you can program different events for all of the 12 keys. And of course here you can also adjust like the length of the envelope, the length of the overall event. And there are also global controls where you can do some mixing, also reverb and room controls and the pitch. That is how Borsta works. And if you are curious more about like in depth, there are plenty of tutorials from Klevgrend themselves. So why do I like these plugins? Well, I like plugins that does one thing very well. When I shop for new plugins, I typically look for plugins that are easy to use and that does not require me to read a manual or something. These plugins, I mean, they are called Skaka, like shake, and Borsta, brush, and it says on the tin what it does, and it does it very well. I think they both sound like very natural. I think especially in the Borsta plugin, I mean, brushed percussion can be very hard to make natural sounding, and I think all of these rhythmic presets, if you're unsure how to program it, there are so many presets that you can just pick and choose, and you will probably find something that works for your arrangement. I think they both are like good tools for composers of film music. I think shakers are a good tool to have because sometimes you need some sort of rhythmic element that sits in a high frequency. And shakers can sit, on top of like orchestral hybrid arrangements, or like in this case, some more like quirky tune. And I also think Borsta, I've used Borsta in like, suspense scenes, where the characters might be, looking for something and it's a little bit exciting. I think brushed percussion could be a nice addition. I like that they both are very easy to understand. When I open these plugins, I don't have to fiddle around too much before I understand how it works. It's easy to get something nice going, and it sounds good like out of the box. But there's also like some serious tweakabilities, which is something I also appreciate with a good plugin. So how have I used them in this arrangement? Well, we have some pizza box brushed percussion from Borsta. And for the opening, I did a little filter opening, just opening up my EQ. Like that. There's some snare. And some guira. And these I have just panned a little bit. Then from the Skaka plugin, I have some egg shakers, tambourine, and some tin box for the final round. Without the instrumental parts, it sounds like this. And then I have just added some bass, and I think the bass is it's the bass from Albion Solstice by Spitfire, which I like because it has a kind of a mellow sound to it. There are also some like accordion from Albion Solstice. Some guitar chords. I think this one is it's Electric Mint from Native Instruments, one of their very nice guitar plugins. Just sounds like that. And finally, the main element here, I think, is the some pizzicato strings and its chamber strings, Spitfire. So that's a little tour of Borsta and Skaka from Klevgrund. Check them out if you think this is something for you. Don't buy them because I said so. But I use them, I like them, and I think they sound good. They're easy to use, and they make a nice addition to my toolbox when I compose music for film. With that being said, if you think this is fun to watch, then give it a like. If you like what I do here, then you should subscribe because there are videos coming every week. Follow me on Instagram, where I do some more frequent everyday updates. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers!